Hello, I am going to walk through the steps of the tinker plots for the size of the effect activity in the binder that we looked to figure out the size of the effect of having familiar chunks versus unfamiliar chunks in memorizing letters. So to do this, I'm going to use the bootstrap technique. I need two different samplers, one that's going to reflect the JFK group and one that's going to reflect the JFKC group. So here's my first sampler. I'm going to empty out my mixer and then copy this data. So edit, copy attribute, and then paste my cases, edit, paste cases to put the data from the JFK group into one of the samplers. I'm going to be drawing out one at a time, and I'll call this JFK so I know that's which group it's from. And I need to figure out, I need to use the same sample size as the original data for the JFK group. So the JFK group had 17, so I'm going to sample with replacement 17 times. There's my first sampler. Now my second sampler is going to have the JFKC group in it. So I'm going to pull down a second sampler. Again, I'm going to empty it out. I'm going to copy the data from the JFKC group, edit, copy attribute, and then click in and edit, paste cases. Again, I'm going to draw it one at a time. I can see in the JFKC group there were 19 people, so my repeat is going to be 19. And I'm going to put this here so that I know it's from the JFKC group. Okay, so just to notice right now, these are closed at the top, which means they are set up to sample with replacement from the data. That's exactly what we want for the bootstrap technique, so this is perfect. I'm just going to make it, slide them over so they'll go faster, and I'm going to run them one at a time. So here's the JFK. I ran it once. I'm going to plot the data from that first run of the sampler. I'm going to be collecting the mean. Let me click on here. So I need to plot my data so I can find the mean. And I'm going to collect that. Collect statistic. Okay. And I'm going to do this for a total of 200 bootstrap samples. So I'm going to do 199 more and let that run. So this is going to show me how the sample means will vary from sample to sample in the JFK group. I'm going to need to do this again for the JFKC group once this is done. Okay, so there are my 200 means using the bootstrap technique to resample from the JFK group. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the JFKC. Before I do, I'm just going to make these windows nice and small because I don't really need to look at the results from sampler 1 anymore. I'm just going to put these up here out of my way. Okay. Now I'm going to run the JFKC sampler. Run it. I'm going to need to plot the results. So I'm going to click on here, pull down my plot. Once again, I need to find the mean to collect. I'm going to show the numeric value and then click right on that, right-click right on that triangle and collect statistic. So there's my mean for the JFKC group from one bootstrap sample. I'm going to do 199 more and collect statistic. And we'll let that run a bit. Okay, so now the bootstrap is finished for each of the two groups. Once again, I'm just going to minimize these, make them little, because I don't really need them for anything right now. Just kind of get them out of my way. Okay, so now I've got the two sets of means. Now, I'm trying to find the standard error for the difference in means. So in order to calculate the difference in means, I have to put the two means, sets of means here, into a single table. So I am going to bring down a table, and I'm going to copy each of these and paste them in. So I'm going to click here and edit, copy attribute, and click into this table and edit, paste attribute. There are the means from the JFK. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the JFKC. Click on my attribute, edit, copy attribute, click on this table, and then edit, paste attributes, and there are my two sets of means. Next thing I need is I need the differences. So I'm going to make a new column. Difference. I'm going to edit the formula. Right click, edit formula. And I'm going to take the mean for the JFKC minus the mean for the JFKC. Don't forget you have to double click to get them up into the box here. Okay, so there are my difference in means. So now I can plot the distribution of differences by pulling down a plot. There we go. We should see that this is centered near our original point estimate from the actual data, which it is. But the main thing that I want from this bootstrap distribution is I want the standard deviation of these differences, because that is going to be my standard error that I'm going to use to make my confidence interval. So to get that, what I need to do is I need to go into this window here. I need to make a new column for the standard error. And edit my formula. And the standard error is the standard deviation of the differences. So I'm going to do STD DEV parentheses, and then I'm going to come down here and double click on difference. And here's my standard error, 2.18884. So that is the end of the Tinker Plots portion of this activity. Once we have the standard error, we can multiply by 2 to find the margin of error. And then to make our 95% confidence interval, we take our point estimate, which comes from the original data, and then add and subtract the margin of error. So hopefully this helps you as you're trying to work through this activity, and also for the last homework assignment. Have a good day.